Hello and welcome to Carlos and Lisa. I'm Lisa Remillard.
I'm Carlos Amezcua. It's nice to have you with us. You know, with all the separation that we've been experiencing, you begin to wonder if you live as an island where no one is around you and you can't talk to anybody and you don't know anybody and your friends are no longer your friends and you feel like you got to get out.
Right.
and meet
and so people are wanting to travel, but because of the isolation you're talking about, nobody really wants to go with them. So there's this trend of people that go on vacation with strangers. Strangers. You go to foreign countries with strangers? Have you never watched an episode of Killers in your life? What are you doing? Stranger danger.
You know, the first thing that came to my mind when you said strangers, Naked and Afraid. Have you seen that show? These people don't know each other. They show up on some deserted island in the middle of nowhere and take off all their clothes and wander around getting eaten by bugs. And that's a show. That's a TV show. Yes, it's a TV show. But it's a similar thing where you have no idea who you're about to travel with and you go on a trip. And what have been some of the results? I mean, I've got to imagine that at some point, either you hate each other or you fall in love or some weird things happen. Who knows?
Well, I mean, some of the experiences people have said, you know, have been fairly positive. Of course, you know, this is all because of a Facebook group. And so, of course, things are all going to be rosy there. But, you know, they've said, you know, it's kind of refreshing to go with somebody who you don't know, because then you don't feel obligated to go with that person to every excursion that person wants to go on, as opposed to if you went with a friend and you feel obligated. Then they've said, you know, they obviously get separate rooms, but the first time they meet is sitting on the plane going to this foreign country. I'm kind of adventurous. I wouldn't actually mind that. I think it would be kind of fun, unless in the first 2 minutes, the person is annoying, like they're always blowing their nose, or they're, you know, they snort every time they talk, or they have weird bathroom habits. You know what I'm talking about? All that kind of stuff that really would be annoying. I mean, most people, if they're out and about and traveling, they have a sense of adventure. So if they share that sense of adventure, it might be kind of fun to get to know somebody and get to know a new place. Well, that's what they were saying. These people that are doing this kind of travel with strangers are saying, you know, you're already in a group of people who want to travel and like-minded, and clearly you're adventurous in general because you're part of this particular Facebook group. And then you have they say the benefit of not knowing this person, and so you don't feel obligated to that person. At the same time, I mean, any law enforcement official in the history of the world would be like, probably not the best idea. Now, you and I, and I'm not going to name names, but Carlos, you and I have a friend, and I'm not going to tell you who she is, but she goes on vacation, and she is a big fan of meeting strangers while she's on vacation. Like, just meet random people while she's out.
Yeah, I get
and then
that.
she'll like go to dinner with these people or go on excursions with these people that she just has met randomly.
Right.
Of course, every time, you know, Auntie Lisa is like, girl, what are you doing? You are going to die by the hand of some stranger. But like,
it's kind of an extreme
some
position,
people's
but
DNA.
That's because of the shows you watch.
My brain is a little messed up. That's my fault.
I'm more apt to, hey, what's your name? What do you do? What do you like? You like Mexican food? You like Italian food? You know, do you like, what kind of music do you like? And then I think on the flight, I would know whether I wanted to commit the rest of the vacation to this person.
To that person.
There's no way that after a 3 or 10-hour flight, let's say you're going to Europe, you're going to backpack through Europe like a lot of people like to do, that on that flight, you wouldn't get to know that person so well, other than some of their habits that you don't really know about. But you would get to know them well enough that you would think, okay, I think I could tolerate maybe 2 or 3 days with this person. But beyond that, you know, it's a crapshoot. Yeah.
I mean, look, if you do want to be that adventurous, I would just highly suggest you tell your family where you're going, make sure that family knows who this person is, just in case. And, as I'm speaking, Carlos, I'm starting to really realize why it is that I have absolutely no friends. Why nobody likes to hang around me.
Wait a minute. I have a long list of reasons for that.
I have a book back here. I'll show it to you someday. Why Lisa doesn't have friends.
Volumes of reasons why. We have a great show for you today. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back with more Carlos and Lisa.